Alright, a quick overview of the exterior parts of this carburetor. You got your fuel return line, your fuel inlet line, your choke up on top, throttle on the bottom, your high-speed screw, and your low-speed adjustment screw. This video is on how to rebuild a 28mm Kind carburetor off a jet ski. This particular carburetor has a problem. I sat on my jet ski and it stopped getting fuel. So we're going to see what the problem is. First off, we've got to take off this plate that's covering all the internals. So we'll begin by taking the screws out. Once the screws are out, we lift this plate off, and there's a diaphragm there, that looks good, no cracks. And we begin by taking these pieces apart. Second plate will then come off, exposing this area where the fuel collects. And I see our problem right now. Fuel comes in here and gathers here, but it's full of junk. So you've got to clean that out with some Q-tips and maybe a nail. Yeah, all sorts of junk. Loosen it up with the nail, grab some more of the Q-tip. Using Q-tips, you have to make sure that none of the fibers stay inside the carburetor, or else that can cause problems in the future. And you got to make sure this little screen is clean, because it fits right in that hole. So just a little twist and it comes off. And both sides look good, so we're going to put that back on. And clean that out a little bit more. Alright, after that's been cleaned up, we're going to pull out this O-ring, clean that off, and these two screws. There's a little piece of plastic back here, sort of like a one-way valve. We're going to pull that off and make sure it's not stuck. It's right here, which is not stuck. It looks good, it's not torn. So we're going to go ahead and put that back in and put the plate back on. Alright, the O-ring has been wiped off, and before we put that back on, we should clean out the O-ring seat. Make sure it gets a really good seal in there. And of course the bottom of this is flat, that we can get any old gasoline. When it turns to the varnish, it'll get on there. Sometimes water gets in the carb, no big deal, just wipe it off. That's clean. And before we go any further, we're going to want to spray the jets here, that's the low speed and the high speed, that both deliver fuel to the carburetor at different throttle positions. We're going to put some carburetor cleaner through there, and that'll be done outside. Basically all I'm going to do is just shoot the cleaner through the holes here, clean them out. Okay, I cleaned out the jets and cleaned off the O-ring, cleaned off the O-ring seats, so that is ready to go back together. But before we do that, we've got to clean out another potential problem spot where gasoline enters the second part of the carburetor. Take out this screw, and everything should sort of fall apart. Yeah. Alright, inside this hole there is a seat where this needle is. And the needle is tapered at all, it leaks gas. But that looks fairly straight, but the part going this way is straight. It's not concave though. So we can go ahead and put that back in there. Everything looks clean inside. Just put it back in the same way it came out. Which can be harder than it looks. Okay, now we can go ahead and bring the carburetor back in view. Put the O-ring in place. Guy on top. Put the screw in there. Screw all that together. Make sure it's nice and tight, but not too tight. You don't want to strip it. And this seats by a hole there and there. They match up to here and here. Now, put that back on there, make sure it's the right way. Go ahead and screw that on. And you're done once everything is tight.